Alrighty, another day, another bad TLDR. Yep, today's after a long day of recording, so my voice might sound a little hot and bothered, because it's like 35 degrees Celsius in the recording studio, if not hotter. So, yay. But anyways, insert clip here of the book site. Alrighty, the other day I made a joke about having to pay for content. It was just that, a joke. I don't actually mind having to pay for content if I think it is worthwhile. If I don't think it's worthwhile, then I don't do it. Anyways, I came across this website called Bookwalker. I say I came across it, but I saw a tweet about it from one of the big anime guys. So I came and had a look, and would you look at that? They have light novels. Let's go have a quick look-see, shall we? Alrighty, lots and lots of light novels. And, yeah. So, solo leveling is coming to this eventually. So I looked at it, the prices were reasonable. So I decided to create an account, and I went and I bought a whole bunch of books for the bad TLDR that we'll be doing over the next while. So yeah, there you go, paid for content. If you want to use this website, which, by the way, I'm not in any way promoted to do this, but I do have a code that'll be linked down below. If for whatever reason you decide to go to this website, then you can use this code and I'll get a little bit of extra coin and might be able to buy some more light novels for everyone's entertainment. So, yeah, use the code if you want. Don't use it if you don't want. It's neither here nor there. Anyways, on to the ramblings of everything else. Okay, now that we've done with the book part, let's go on with the actual story. Stuff that is interesting. And as always, there is a warning that there will be naughty words ahead, so cover your ears, just in case. You wouldn't want the naughty words to invade that space. I rhymed. Yeah, been a long day. Anyways, this one's called Reborn as a Space Mercenary. I woke up piloting a stronger starship. One of those ones with half a fucking story as the title, which, you know, we all love, very descriptive. You cannot be confused as to what the title means. There is no ambiguity here. And I don't know whether I like that or not, but yeah, it is what it is. So, as with most isekai-type novels, this dude just wakes up in the middle of nowhere, and in this case, it's middle of space, which is like nowhere squared times infinity. It's called space, really. He makes a comment about how he's never seen a site like this, and that there cannot be a site like this in all of Earth, and the site would be the universe in front of him. You know, stars, nebula, all that stuff. But he can't think of any place on Earth that this could happen. He also just can't believe it. It's just weird that it's happening, which is fair enough. Imagine disorienting, going from Earth to not Earth. But here's something that really confuses me. Unless he's floating in space, he would see a spaceship around him before he notices the stars, or at least shortly after he notices the stars. The view. He's standing somewhere with gravity. Surely you'd be like, oh shit, I'm not in the same room as I was. Or, this ain't my home. Or, that's not my bedroom. You know, something like that. But this doesn't occur to him. It's just, ooh, stars. Wait, there's no view on Earth like this one, governor. Really? Really? So that doesn't give you a clue as to where you are, maybe? Then he compares it to a movie, the site that he's seeing. He compares it to a movie or a game. I'd love to know what fucking computer you're running that looking at a real-life outer space is equivalent to a fucking movie. This is not Michael Bay's Avatar 63 or whatever it is. As far as I know, there is nothing realistic enough to trick you into thinking that you are in space. Close? Maybe. There? Not. So, what fucking rig are you running that you run graphics that are this good? Oh, and he's cold. It gets mentioned a couple times. They're telling me, so I am telling you. It points out that he feels somewhere small and confined. To feel somewhere small and confined, you need to be someplace small and confined. So you'd think that he'd see that before he notices the stars? But hey, maybe that's just me. Oh, look at that, he's sitting in a chair. He didn't notice that until now, but yeah, apparently he is sitting in a chair. In the darkness. Good. No alarms ringing in his head, he's just gawking at the fucking view. Although, to be perfectly fair, if I was suddenly in a spaceship with an open view of space, I'd be gawky too. I'd also be looking at a brown dwarf star in my pants, but that is a completely different story. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Really? This is a familiar sight to him. It's just like, get this, are you ready? The game that he plays. Can you smell that trope? Yep, that is a standard. He's actually in the game that it happens to be his favorite game, in the ship that he pilots. Oh, frickin' yay. The ship's name is Krishna. That's good. I don't know why this is important, but it sounds like the Hare Krishna. I wonder if they're related. Don't know. I searched for a more reasonable explanation. There's a little quote there. Yeah, you've lost your fucking mind. You've gone into a complete delusion. You've died. Your head has been bashed in. You're hallucinating. These are things that you can come to without searching. You're going to look under the chair and go, oh, look, that's where I left my mind. Who would have thought that it slipped out of my pocket and fell under the chair? Oh, goody, I've found it again. Now the hallucination may stop. The game, by the way, is called Stella Online. Very, very fucking imaginative in that naming. We've got like a 14-paragraph title to this book. But the online game is Stella Online. Surely we could have gone something slightly better than Stella Online. Okay, it's describing the MMORPG whatever the fuck to me, like I've never played a game before, and he's been hooked on it for years. It's basically EVE Online or something similar. So, giving you a very brief synopsis of the game, if you've ever played a 4X game or any space game, you get it. You can trade, you can fight, you can fuck around and find out, all that good stuff. Throwing in some buzzwords for the MMO geeks amongst us, he started off as a mercenary, fair enough, like pack muling jobs. Really? Wouldn't that be called hauling because you're in space and it would be space cargo, so you're hauling cargo, not pack muling? Maybe? I don't know. So it says, yeah, he started off a mercenary, then he did some random jobs like pack muling, then he got a ship and then went back to being a mercenary. A mercenary is a person for hire. I'm pretty sure if you go to most mercenaries and offer them enough money, they'll do your fucking typing for you. It doesn't really matter what they do. They'll do your typing and break somebody's kneecaps in the same fucking contract, if you pay them enough. So, still a mercenary. No allegiance to an ideal or whatever. Allegiance to money, damn it! So, that makes a mercenary not what you do. Or something. Maybe. I don't know. We have spoken about this before, but there are flags about. This line starts off, my current love, the Krishna, was a state-of-the-art machine. Wow. Fuck me. He mentions the word love, and if anybody knows about Japanese flags, they're written weird, but the flags mean the same thing, that this is going to turn into a love interest, which oddly reminds me of that dude who sleeps with his car. But that is probably a completely separate thought, unrelated to this story. I don't know what happens, but we'll read on and find out. Just for information's sake, her full name, I say her because it's a ship and we call ships hers, so don't shoot me. The ASX-08 Krishna. Because, yeah, sure, you started with ASX. I'm guessing that's the model and type. Yeah, so, he customized his in-game ship. Well, holy shit. Isn't that a revolutionary concept for a game? Being able to fucking customize your gear. Sure. Wow. I wish we had the technology. I should probably write somebody about that. Yeah, but pens confuse me. Maybe I'll do it another day. So it's basically a small craft with the firepower of a heavy cruiser. So he strapped an FTL engine to a cannon, which I think we can all agree is actually quite adequate for this audience. Pew, 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 motherfucker, pew, die! Or at least that's what you would hear if proximity chat was on. Now that is a fucking gaming reference book. Subtle. And there if people know it, and there if people don't know it, so suck it! I got another one for you, book that can't respond to me. Have you heard of Ligma? Well, yeah. Have you? Well, back to the story. It's cold, again, apparently. It's told me this for the third time, so I'm telling you for the second. Okay, so I'm guessing it might be a VR game, because he picks up the control panel and, activates the main generator with life support, and then life support just instantly happens. There is no build-up, there is no warm-up period, it just fucking goes. You hit go, it goes. which, fuck reality and all of that. But anyway, I say it must be VR because if it was a normal game that you're playing on a screen, you wouldn't have the tactile knowledge and how to physically interact with the ship to get what you want. You'd probably use hotkeys or some description. So, yeah. So apparently the temperature had dipped to minus 5 degrees Celsius, which is a touch on the cold side. But the magic machine instantly kicked into overdrive and heated everything up. So he's confused, doesn't know what's going on, and reinforces that this is the ship from the game. In case you didn't believe him the first time he said this. He talks about dreaming about a game that you're obsessed with and not being a big thing. Like if you play certain games, it sticks in your mind. Surely, if he's been addicted to this game for 2 years, he would have had dreams before, and this analogy would be a moot fucking point. He's already said this isn't a dream, so I don't know why he's describing this. And now he thinks it's lucid dreaming. Again, 2 years obsessed with the game, you surely would have had this happen before today. He's convincing himself that this is not a dream, it is real because the temperature's getting warmer. Slaps himself, and I reckon he should have done a better job of knocking himself the fuck out. But apparently, no, he just slaps himself a little and it hurts. He reckons that the controls are surprisingly simple for this thing that isn't a game but is very much like the game. So surely the controls should be the same because how else could you just pick up a datapad, access the relevant menus and submenus to get into environmental to turn everything on? Obviously it's the fucking same menu because you've done it already. So no shit that it's simple. So apparently I was wrong and this isn't actually a VR, it is a standard game. So how he had the tactile sense to navigate through a physical pad rather than a UI, don't know. Maybe they're similar. But would you look at that? It takes him 5 seconds and he's a fucking master of the movement system that should actually be foreign to him. Using this logic, he could use a game keyboard and mouse to learn how to drive a car, get in a car and be an F1 driver. Doesn't seem quite realistic to me. Oi, mate, how do you learn to drive your F1 car? Well, you see, good sir, I use my keyboard and my mouse on my computer, and I learned it really hard. Played lots of games with racing and stuff. And now I'm a professional driver. All right, mate, just let me know when you're going on the track so I can go fuck off elsewhere while you do your thing. Yeah, not reasonable. So he's fucking around with the piloting controls of this vehicle. Accelerating, decelerating, blah, 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 blah. Surely there are other things to check. You don't have to worry about other stuff like fuel and, the shit you just had in your pants because you realized you're in space in a spaceship that you can't actually fly. But no, let's fuck around with piloting this thing rather than having a look about for anybody that's alive that can tell me what the fuck is going on. Okay, he has a slight point here. He's just trying to wake himself up by accelerating and deaccelerating. Because apparently inertia dampeners aren't a thing and wouldn't cushion the accelerating and deaccelerating. Just run headfirst into a fucking wall. It would be quicker and more definitive. And hopefully you'll knock yourself the fuck out, which will save me from the rest of the story. Oh, God, he refers to himself as Daddy. Oh, the horror, the cringe. Help me. So he's going to fire the weapons to try wake himself up. Does not compute. Error 404. 404. Jesus. What is that going to do? And now all of a sudden he can bring up the weapon systems with no worries. So, yeah, some things are the same and some things aren't. Cool. He's busy naming all the guns, which is great. It still doesn't explain to me why firing the guns is going to wake him up. It's not like he's going to hear it, because it's a military vessel. One would imagine, if we're going with, real life, they'd put sound dampening between the really loud fucking stuff that's going to make you deaf and you. Unless that was a customization. He was like, I want deafness. Say that again. Aye, what? No, the guns are too loud. Aye. His big guns make small ships go boom. Surprise. So he shoots an asteroid and is surprised that it doesn't fucking wake him up. Yeah. He's in charge of a powerful ship, I'll have you know. That fills me with a sense of dread, and I'm glad that I'm nowhere near him. So parts of the asteroid that he just shot shoot off the shields, so shields are a thing. Yay. And he makes a note here that it will melt a battleship's shields instantly and totally wreck the ship itself. So, foreboding. Just in case you didn't have enough already. And then he comes to the realization that it is not a dream, that it is reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies. Oh wait, you're in space, everything is up, and everything is fucking space. But anyway, it decides it's real after shooting an asteroid because that's the way that everybody tests if they're dreaming. Hey, that asteroid blew up. Yeah, I'm not dreaming. Or, hey, that asteroid didn't blow up. Hey, I'm not dreaming. Yeah, this sounds like a good plan to me. Anyways, that is the end of the prologue and chapter 1. There will be another one tomorrow, and if you guys enjoy, I mean by liking, subscribing, and all that other shite, I'll see you later. But just as I was saying that, something snuck in and crawled up to my feet. You'll never guess what it was. Yes, that's right, a distraction. Look! A quick thank you to the T5 peeps, Bob the Dragon, Datamagnet, Cat Crab Lobster, DuckMachine, Astraya the Dreamer, Mezec, Feudic Jarl, and Casper Arnholtz. Thank you very much. Bye.